should be getting live anytime. Let's wait a few minutes and we will start. Let's wait a few minutes and I need to paste somewhere. Okay. Live now. Let's see how many people we got. Hello Mohit, how's going? नागिन डांस म्यूजिक, अरे पूछो मत, बैकग्राउंड मस्त चल रहा है. इलेक्शन, यू नो, too many monies are left unchecked. They are just enjoying, celebrating. Tough times are over, just waiting for results. Maybe confident with how things turned out. So people are celebrating here. Ram Yatin, it's been a while I have seen you. Okay, if I go to here or click to participants, there is Mohit and Yatin only. इसका फाइल मिल सकता है ताकि you want to try side by side, that's okay, we'll talk at the appropriate time. Or you want to try side by side, it's gonna get very complex. Either you're going to see or you're going to try. I can share the file, no problem. I'll be English, no personal talks. We'll focus on what we are doing right now. So don't worry, we'll just continue here. The goal is here to texture this, so don't worry. I'm not getting anywhere else. Welcome, you want the file? Okay, I hope you are in the WhatsApp group. I will share the file in the WhatsApp group. So this is where I'm starting. I'll share the file, the starting point. My starting point is where I just finished the model, basic unwrapping. Then I explain my thought process, what things I'm going to do. So let me just look at the project. Burni mod. I guess 5th of February, this is the file. All the best. I'll just drop it in the WhatsApp group. All the best. Whoever want this file, it's free, it's okay, no problem. Okay, so let's create a space form referencing. So the first thing Before doing anything, I'll say it again, and I should say it many times. You need to do and search for a lot of references. For me, I'll show you what kind of references I have collected. So these are all the references. So these were my modeling references. Wait a minute. Okay, so here the references. This is maybe from the movie shot or composed. This is I screen grab from movie. Wait a minute, I got a call from Shanghai, so I have to take it. Just it's gone. I'll just WhatsApp this guy. Wait a minute. Okay, let's continue. So I was talking about the references. These are the references I grabbed from the. This is somebody did the texture, and I'm getting too much message in WhatsApp. I need to. I'm not supposed to close it. Yes. So this is the reference. This somebody did this texture in the, and he didn't even made a proper lips, but I have made a proper lips here, and these are some texture references, how the gecko skins are. This is just a flat model, flat texture. This is quite amazing how the skins are if you study them properly. Like creating them gonna be another task. So this is going to be a challenge if we wanna create something out of ordinary. So these are the reference point. We'll try to keep it simple, like this much. Our first checkpoint will be this, to get the basic colors. I'll keep it here. And Royal Gaming, okay. How many do we got? Still 2 peoples. I'm not sure how many people are watching. Let me just check. People were showing too much interest for this session. Okay, 9 people are watching. In chat, if I can't see who else is watching, so not sure. I'll leave it. But I can see 9 people are watching, so I hope 9 people are watching. Hello, Astaroth. I'm not sure who is this. Hi, Astaroth. Hard to spell your name. Okay. So let's examine the model first. What I got here. If I press 4, I'll say I have got the entire cavity ready. Wait a second, why it's coming up? Okay, I'll start from here. If I isolate, press 5. So this is the mouth. Jhaji changes name. Okay, never mind. So this is the cavity I made. Hi Narottam. And this is the inner mouth of this gecko. and I think we don't have the jaw. We are making it jawless. Only we got tongue. So we got eyeball. If I isolate the eye, and it also got like 3 different shaders. So I'll keep it simple. I'll assign one shader to the eye, another shader to the tongue, and one shader to the body. So I'll be creating 3 shaders. So the substance painter will recognize as a 3 different shader. This is how substance works. Material attribute. So there are 3 shaders assigned to it. We need to put one, assign new material. Let's just name it eye, and to the tongue assign new material Lambert tongue, and for the body assign new material we already have a Lambert one, but I'll just go for new material again just in case. Name it body. So now I got 3 shaders: body, tongue, eye, and one body. No problem. And this is how the substance read. Even if you're using Max or Blender, you need to use the same process. And hello Abhishek, nice to see people turning up. And I just put one level smooth here. It's pretty low poly, and I won't recommend this for substance. At least you need to. The substance doesn't have a preview smooth or turbo smooth, so you'll need to take your own a bit high. This is still got too high, but let's just say I'll just keep a backup. For gaming you can just use the high poly as a high poly mesh to create normal, but going for production character we can even make a game ready, but that's a topic for later. Creature for game, body low. I'll just keep the low hidden and use the poly smooth. Same goes for the tongue. And the eye seems pretty fine. That will do the job. So now this is ready to take. Second thing we need to check is UV. So let's check the UV editing. So the eye UV is hanging here. I might have adjusted with the body, so we can have a same shader on body and eye. So we can just have a different shader in eye. I'll just take this in a one layout. I can just sorted. And the tongue, we can have the tongue with the body, but doing it separate would be easy, because in substance it's not easy to go inside the mouth and see the tongue separately. It's better to do this all separately. Now when we select the body, we don't have an option to go bigger than this, so we'll just settle with this. We are using two UDIMs, not one classical method where we use one box of UV. We are using two box of UV. Even if I place one UV here, we still have to use it, or if I connect the tail, this is still going to. So this is the best we can do, or we can just disconnect the neck from here and create more space. I'll just leave it, not gonna worrying about the UV space for now. Okay, so this is my ready to export model. I'll just save it, version up, and while selecting all, this is I. Okay, let's export. Export selection, OBJ, everything is on. I'll leave it. I'll go to the Burni folder, to substance, save. File is exported, and let's pull the substance. I have a very older version of substance, kind of an ancient version. Let's go 4K texture, and for the UDIM workflow you need to use UV tile workflow. Okay, this won't work if you won't check this. You need to check this. This is important. Second is the color space, which I can't see here. I'll see later. Select the file. If all goes okay, we'll be in good condition. Okay, so we got the character in substance, and you can see there are Lambert SG, Lambert SG, and Lambert 6 SG, 5 FG. So I renamed the wrong file. Maybe I should just rename and come back again. Material attribute. So why it sounds Lambert SG? If I go to body, so you see there is another node. I think we need to rename this. TUNG tongue mat. I'll just quickly rename it. And this is going to be the body mat. Okay, and I'll just export it again. File, export selection. I'm just having a hard time. Yeah, there it is. OBJ export, export selection, two subs, override, no problem. Open the substance, file, new, select file, two subs, open, UDIM workflow on. Okay, discard. So now the names are fixed. This is nice. If I just draw, I can draw one at a time, and there goes our texture. Okay, this is not the way we are going to do. I'll just check project configuration. Be careful modifying one of these parameter. Okay, so this is older version. We don't have a color space option here, so the color is going to be changing a little. Jumping back to Maya, there we might need to use some color correction notes as well, but that's okay. We are not worrying about the color. A little bit of here and there is okay. This is what we got right now, our shiny little gecko. So let's pull out the first reference. The first reference is the base color is blue, and the body skin here like this, and some pattern on the back. Despite that, nothing else is there. So let's just quickly, the way we used to work with substance, we need to bake maps. We can get into the detailed things later. The property paint is here, it's like this. I think I need to reset UI. Yes, the texture set setting, this was missing earlier. And I need all the maps here. Bake mesh map, I'll set it to 4K. And lots of error I am seeing. Error will be gone when I check use low poly mesh as a high poly mesh. Still I see some error. Anyway, dilation, I'll just increase everything to max. This doesn't need to do anything, none of them. Anti-aliasing is definitely max. And normal, I don't know why SVC error. Use high poly, we use low poly as a high poly. Okay, for ID, mesh ID polygon group random, but I don't think this is going to work. It's a single mesh, nothing else, just bake selected texture. It will take a while, a little, because it's a 4K maps, and we also got, what do you say, 3 shaders as well. It's going to bake all the 3 shaders. Still it's taking a while. Meanwhile it's baking. Let's see who else. Still we got 9 people, and if I just click participants, this doesn't work the way I think. I think the latest version works a bit faster. This system supposed to work for, maybe the outdated graphic driver is creating problem. Hello Simran, how are you doing? The message will get delayed. We see some error in ambient occlusion. We see a huge error in ambient occlusion, a curvature. Now it's fixed on its own. Good job. The job is not even started. सब माया है. Well, everything is Maya actually, one way or the another. Now I'm thinking I should have done like 2K, or maybe it's because of the driver issues. I tried installing the driver, but it crashes in the last moment. Yep, software is also Maya. One or two map is going to be ruined. Ram Ram Ankit, how are you doing? Just waiting this bake to be done. Cough syrup. Actually, I'm talking a lot now. I'm coughing for all day. I was like, I was good. I wasn't coughing entire day. And just my coughing just started. Even in the stream for like 15 minutes, it just started now. Maybe I need something else. A hot coffee. Also got some eyelid ID 76%, 15% more. It doesn't take as much time. I think this is definitely the graphic is not being involved properly. Hello Mayank, how you doing? Thickness map. That's the only map we might going to need separately. %95 and it's done and it's messed up. Let's see what else got messed up. तुषार ठाकुर राम 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 जी राम राम सब कोई को मटेरियल नॉर्मल नहीं वो ड्राइवर आउटडेटेड है यू सी एरर ओके the ambient occlusion is got messed up, curvature is okay, position is okay, so we just need to check the setting for ambient occlusion. Ambient occlusion, I'll turn off everything else, I'll reduce the test resolution and let's have a look on ambient occlusion. What goes wrong? Common setting, use low poly as a high poly, apply diffusion, spread angle 1 ND, relative bounding box, max 1 minimum 001. I don't see secondary rays. I'll just increase this. I'll just do a quick bake selected texture. Even with the low, I believe the patterns have reduced, but see it's not using the RAM. It's not even using the GPU properly. The problem is still there, but it has reduced. Let's see what else we can do. I'll just have a look in Maya just for once. What could go wrong? I don't see anything wrong. Smooth self occlusion. Gaussian uniform. Let's try this. It is doing the same. Re-import. Baking this maps will take a lot of time. I would have a better chance to baking this in Maya. Okay, let's bake this in Maya. If one thing doesn't work, we can always try the another way. So there is a utility, an option, export render texture to render selection to texture. Okay, so we can always use this. I'll just take this. So I'll just quickly do the magic, duplicate. Before the magic, I'll just save it, duplicate. So luckily we got some error because of graphic and older version. You'll get to see another way of making ambient occlusion. Select everything, assign new material, go to Arnold and just assign ambient occlusion. Okay, and let's just render it. Let's render where is the Arnold render. So this is the render we got. So this is the ambient occlusion map we need, but not on the geometry, on the texture. I can increase the ambient occlusion a little, that would be nice. Material attribute, samples, okay, spread, let's reduce the spread. It's working the other way, fall off, and near clip, far clip. Let's, if you reduce the white, if I reduce the spread, it goes inside. If I increase the spread, will it go out? I feel like it's on the edge. I just okay, I need 0.1. There is no way. Okay, I'll just bake it. क्या हाल है सर? RG Arts बढ़िया. अंकित, oh Ankit Rajora, it's been a while. So this is the render. What I want this render to be on a texture. So these, now there are 3 maps. I have to bake 3 texture maps. I'll do it one by one. Render selection to texture. The size we need 4096. Output folder, same old folder, and the name is going to be the geometry name. Anything else? UV sets, use render region, no. Gaussian filter, that's fine. 2, that's fine. Enable AOVs, nope. Sequence, okay. Let's try this. Render. So we are basically creating ambient occlusion from Maya. If all goes well, why do I feel like I need to switch back to 2K? Cancel if I can. Maybe the graphic driver update is getting in the way. Let's have a look on the other maps. Other are fine, just the ambient occlusion is being disaster, or as long as ambient is being this, this is going to be a pain. I better crash this file and restart. I don't know 4K how long the 4K gonna take. Okay, I think the baking is done. Let's go to projects, Burni. I need to check it in Photoshop. So this is the map we got. I think this is perfect. Whatever the odd colors we are getting off the screen of the UVs. The problem is we get only one map. We didn't get the UDIM. So getting the UDIM is another pain. Everything is fine. I need to check how to get the UDIM now. Render selection to texture, or else we need to work with out all UDIMs. I need to check all UDIMs. Okay, I'll just reduce the texture size now. 2048, and let's render again, and hope this time it will render the UDIMs as well. Did it render? That was too quick. Way too quick. I need to try again. Let's get back to render selection to texture, Burni 2048. All UDIMs. I'll create another folder just to see if something happening or not. Nope, nothing happened. The file stops here. Let me check the render. So every odd is there is one more way to render. Let's try transfer maps. From here we'll select normal and normal map format. Let's say Maya if it goes to default. Quality for a stream. Anybody have a problem with streaming quality? I can increase my net speed before. I can just change the resolution, desktop resolution. You can get more bigger fonts. Let me search display resolution 1920 1080. Keep the changes. Now everything will be bigger. Nope, it should be working at 1920. Let me check. 1920 1080. Yeah, 720 60. Ain't getting that option. I have to restart the stream to get this back to 1920. See if it is working. I have changed the resolution of my desktop. Like all the icons are bigger now. I'll just quickly check this option. Again, I don't see UDIM, so there are lots of issues back to back. Let's give it a try. If it doesn't work, we go without normals. I think that's driver issue. C drive, document, Maya, project default, images. Not sure which one is, but that was IFF. Images sample normal. Burni, that something happened. I don't think anything happened. Did I need to select? Something did happen. This is what they baked. That's the Udimisu now. Images sample, where this is. Where the hell is this file? Sample normal. Short sample normal. Anyway, just leave the normal. Nothing is working. Ram Ram Vishuji. We'll just continue without normals. So what we need to do now, just cross on the normal and leave it flat. Body mat, no normal. Tongue mat, normal, ambient occlusion. And then we got no ambient. So we'll just continue. Anyway, I'm not planned on using any generator, but the normal could have helped. I'll just continue without it. So let's start with the basic colors. Start with the body, and there are two colors. This entire texture needs a lot of manual hand painting. I'm running out of project manager. The project image ambient occlusion map itna this was replaced. There was another error. Let me read it. Does it replace with another image? Because they have the same name. It's also saying two different ambient occlusion map got merged, but I'm not sure. I'll just leave it right now. Morning, Deepak. Nice to see lots of people turning on. So let's get the base color. So we'll just keep a dummy layer and leave all the layers open, and we work further on top of that. So the base color needs only color. I'll take the color. A little darker. Maybe this because of the roughness. Okay, got the base color. This needs to be further darker, less contrast. Okay, let's have another color. Just let's just remember the roughness for now, and we create another layer, and its color will be and its roughness will be again 0.45. We got the second layer. Next, what we need to paint the map. So it's coming from here and it blends all the way under the body till the tail end. It's a simple task, but yet let's add a black mask. Let's add a black mask and let's add a paint layer. Let's check the polygon fill. Do we have a loop? I don't see we have a proper loop, but we can start with filling from the loops. But we're going to use neat symmetry. If we fill this way, the another way will be filled automatically. If I just do this, it's not working. Project manager, the project when something happened, the camera just locked. Okay, it's back to normal. Well, definitely there are few things are going on and software is not running properly. Well, that's fine. We'll switch to paint mode, and then the mask harden the brush. That should do for now. It's way too black. Okay, this should do the job. It's actually a very simple texture if you see, but same time the simple thing is not always that simple. It looks simple, but you end up doing lot of work to achieve that. If it is a simple, then you will end up thinking what you should do to make it look good. There is nothing to actually try on. And then I looked around lots of references, what I can do for this little gecko. Even in the movie it has a very little screen time and less close-ups, and most of the close-ups are blurred. Okay, let's just quickly fill this. I'll press X and it will switch to black. That means I will be removing the colors. There is another way. If I press F1, I can see the jaw, where it is. This might be the jaw. One of them is upper, one of them is lower jaw. There it is. These are the lower jaw. X. I like to keep it white. And now these are the upper part, which needs to be darkened. We need to make sure not to spill the brush out of it. Another way to use it, polygon fill, and yeah, we'll just manually add the colors for now. And X, now it should be black. Perfect. Feel free to hello Naman, I missed in all that heated comments. Feel free to ask any question, any doubt, anything you want me to explain, but try to keep it on the same topic I am doing and talking about. If it is possible, I'll try it. If it is not possible, I'll refer something. So right now I'm creating the basic mask. I guess it's done, and this is, I don't know which area it is. Once I go around, I'll know. These area. That these are not visible, so we can leave it. we got the clean mouth, that's all matter. X, 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 remove X, add, add. सो डॉट्स के टेक्सचर कैसे बनाएं? लाइक सीधे डॉट्स लेदर में होते हैं हल्के हल्के, बट लाइन वैसे रैंडमली नहीं. लेदर डॉट्स, वी हैव अ plenty of dots here in this character as well coming in ahead, but leather dots you have two option actually. You need to check all the maps. If you zoom in any map, you see the grunge maps, cloud 3, dirt, BMW. Their base texture is either circle or a noisy cloud something. Once you figure out which one is the dot one, you can easily manipulate the textures. So again, it's all down to the reference. Without seeing the reference, I can't see, because I can't relate what you are actually talking about right now. This is more toward outer side, like this. X, send me the reference separately. I'll explain you in the WhatsApp group. So there will be a blur, so it's going to kill a certain portion of the map. I can switch to pen tablet now, and the pen will take a lots of pressure. That's way too big pressure. Well, the mouse was better. X. Okay, so next what we need to add blur, add filter, and add blur, and just heavy, keep it heavy. Looks better, but this is where it gets. So we need to just keep a little distance. That should do the job for now. Here we go. Let's press F2. So this is the base we got right now. There are more colors. A little dark in the eyelid. Her eyelid is also different. We can add that later. Let's move to the eye. Let's do the basic eye. Eye matte. So we'll again is keep a fill layer at the bottom with everything is on. We'll take another fill layer, and the first is the outer eye, the white part. Let's get some another reference, not the movie. We can see some texture here, we don't see any texture here. It should have a little gradient, but if we see his eye, that's our original reptile eye. That will depend on all different model. Let's just stick to the this one, but we have the model. Okay, why is not everything is today working properly? It's been a long time I have opened the Substance Painter. Okay, so let's say we need a little red texture from this way. I'll keep it just white. I'll add another layer and turn it red. Before turning it red, let's reduce the roughness of this layer. That should do, and let's turn this a little reddish, and this needs to be gradient. So let's add a black mask. And you have multiple ways to do it. I'll just use a generator, and which is up light. So how it works, it masks from any direction. So there is a direction. With this too, you can control where the light is coming from. If I do it like this, but what we need it to be spread more. So let's reduce this. Now we get another problem, it is not crossing this area, the halfway, we need it the other way. So what we're going to do, we're going to go all the way to the other side and invert the map. So this way we actually get some we also need to match the orient of the eye. Because the eye is not perfectly in shape. This is okay. This needs to be a little okay. That's for the angle. Let's see it with the body. So we are getting a little redness. If you want a little vein to be added, just saying, what you want to do, add we're going to need same mask. First make it red, but even more red from the last time. And let's just keep everything off. We'll use the same mask, copy effect, black mask, and the paste effect. I'll just hide it for now, and then I'll use another fill, and in this fill I'll use something. Let's see what we got. We have this pretty close to the veins. There is another marble cracks or cracks only, or maybe vein or something. You need to explore the substance maps because it has a huge potential. These kind of veins, you see, marble white. Let's try this. This doesn't look like a vein because it's connecting to another. If I just go to the mask and use light along with this, so what happened, the white area will be visible. So I'll just take it up and multiply this, blending mode, multiply. So the plane will slowly disappear toward the center, and we must have a overall level to reduce it, and this can go the other way. You can see the veins are coming out. Little bit of balance and contrast you can tweak them. This doesn't have to be a perfect vein. So this is the one option. Let's try one more map. More you try, more you experiment, you can even create veins with these stripes. You need to use multiple deformers. Okay, I just was using a grunge map, this one. The first thing is it's pretty going in every direction. Let's use triplanar, but hard to say what's happening. Brush pattern, contrast, balance. Yeah, definitely this needs to slow down, and then we just increase the scale. Okay, this is good. Now we need to switch to triplanar, or maybe the planar. Do we have rotation? Nope. So the marble was better. We'll leave it to the marble veins. So this is the one way. Okay, so let's see the layer now. We have a height and roughness to be worked with this layer. The height needs to be upward a little, where you see the veins coming out, and the roughness goes down even low for this layer. So your veins will pop up nicely. I don't know if we need such kind of eyes in this or not. I just like just a little tip for eyes. Okay, so next thing is this lining. We have one reference where we can see the eyes clearly. We'll just go with that little eye for now. So before those we have a black here and then the sweet blending here. Let's start with the black region. Take a fill layer. Let's name everything. Hello Anmol. Redness this is vein, and the black part. So the black part, what you need to do, keep it just black, make sure the roughness is to the full. And what we need, mask, hello Anmol, black mask, and just use the polygon fill. Wait a second, add paintbrush and then polygon fill. Now we mistakenly activated stencils. Let me turn it off. Where this is, we are getting alpha. There's no stencil. Why are we getting this now? Okay, we are in the projection. We needed polygon fill. Okay, so let's just fill white. And let's take this and we'll just use blur on top of that, so it will create a good look. And let's add a little blur, add filter, blur, okay, this should do. Now let's come back to the veins and then the mask. So we see some veins happening here. I'll add another paint layer, at the base, just to keep things not happening here. We need black, X white, just press X, supposed to be black. Okay, that should do the job. Back to material. Okay, the next thing is the eyelid. Okay, so if you see, this is pretty simple texture, but getting this like in the round shape is a task. Let's see if we can pull this or not. Let's take a fill and let's start with, let's say, the blue color. The highlight blue, brighter contrast blue. Okay, then again the process is same, using black mask, and then the fill, we need to add some map, a map which can go in a circle, which can wrap in a circle. Let's see what we have for now. There must be some projection method where we can twist the map like that, or we need a map like this. Okay, let's try that. The process is simple. We need to do these kind of lines. And this needs to be changed. Planar projection, Spherical projection, no. UV triplanar, even if we do that planar projection, or there is another way to use this. I'll just close this. I'll take a paint layer. We'll go to projection, and this is our projection. I'll just take this map here and press S. I just need to remember, it's been a while. Yeah, you can rotate it this way. So we can add the map like this. Make sure to remember the scale, and all we need to press S, left click, and I'll just get the lines first. S, left click, little by little we'll just rotate the map. Well, it's too much pain. I'm not happy with the output. I'll leave this for later. So far we have the eye. I'll keep a solid color for now, and there are multiple ways to do it. Let's add another paint, and I'll use the polygon fill for now. If I go to the UV, I don't think I'll find anything better. क्या इन आइज के लिए नहीं होता कोई मास्क इस इफेक्ट? There might be something, but I'm not really familiar with this spherical mapping or center skewed distorted kind of a mapping. There might be some ways, it just I'm not familiar with it. They have made a huge software. Definitely there must be a way, but that's not right now in my head. So rather than taking a lot of time in it, we just quickly go ahead and do the other stuff. I will come back later, do this stuff. What we're going to need, I'll just give a quickly black mass at fill, the crease. There might be some option to twist, and there's also sieving the map. We can sieve the map like just Photoshop, and in the Photoshop, yeah, the best way, I just remember, the best way is to bring a texture from what do you say, from internet, and then just paint on top of that projection. The way I was just doing the projection, I wasn't using the right map. So importing any map from outside, that's our option. We'll be doing that later. I'll just leave it like this for now, because we don't have a lot of time right now. That will eat up what the time we have left. I don't want to take it longer than 11 or 11:15. So this map will be changed, and I want to use the same map as the one here. So I'll use anchor point here. What does anchor point do? Cornea, let's say cornea, iris or cornea, something, one of them. And what is do? I'll take another fill layer and I add anchor point cornea. So it's now using the same mask from the bottom to the top. So this is how you use anchor point. It always work on the upper layer, not in the lower layer. If I change this mask, it will just update live. That's the best point of it. And using anisotropy on top of that, what we need to do, apply multiply. And the whole goal of this layer is to add a little height and change a little roughness. Keep it dark. I'll just put it on blending mode. The map can become better, but again, this is not really needed. Let's increase the contrast, balance actually. I'll just leave it for now. We'll change the map later. So far we got the good. We also are missing the outer area of the skin. Now we can jump into skin. Oh, we have a lot of skin. We'll leave the tongue. We'll just get back to the body. So these two are base color. I'll just create a folder base. And now we work on the height. I'll just add a new layer for now. Reset UI. For now I'll just change the everything and leave the height. And we use a map. Just put the height on negative, black mask, and we'll take a fill, and in the fill there are some skin cell. There it is. We can use this cell. I wanted to use this, any one of them. This is more of a creature map. You see it? But it's giving us a different vibe. But that's okay. Let's change the scale. Did we had the height in negative? Why it's looking like somehow it's working opposite? So let's do one thing, invert the map. Oh, we have a follow part too. Wait a minute, we need to invert the map first. Yes, there it is. Now we get that shell thing. So this is the same map they used, right? And with this there is a noise map. I'm not trying to replicate this. We'll just get a rough skin right now and do some detailed texture later on. So we got this. Let's tweak this. Scale, hardness, keep it soft. Disorder, we need a lot of distortion. Scale, nothing else is there. Okay, there was a hardness. If we reduce this, it's just affecting the depth. Okay, let's use some filter on top of that. Histogram, maybe. Nope, it just works as a level. Blur slope, what it does, it distort everything, but it's going way too fast and way too hard. Quality, I like this noise, but this is what we don't need right now. So styling, okay, too hard to control. Let's use wrap. Yeah, this might be able to break a little. Edge straightness, so you can see now we got the organic feeling within the lines, and we'll add a little blur on top of that. We also have bevel. Let me try bevel. Leave the bevel. Let's use the blur. Very little. 02 025 03. क्या आई स्केल लाइन नहीं होता है, मास्क इफेक्ट. 04 05. Now it's getting a little blur, we need a little more. 0.08. yeah, I needed something soft like this. Let's increase the height. And blur more. 0.09, 0.1, 0.15. yeah, let's increase the wrap value. 02 35. Gets a little skin. Now we can add some color. Let's just keep it white and put it into multiply mode. So these are the depth part which needs to be darker. Our interesting part would be we just put a color, the darker color in it. Somehow this is not working because of all the blur and everything. You can see you can barely see any color in it. But if we reduce the blur and the wrap, let's keep the wrap and turn off the height, this is all the color we get. Okay, so what we need to do, we can't extract the color from this layer. We'll just duplicate the layer, Control D, and turn off the height from here and take the color. Get rid of blur, keep the wrap, and there might be hardness. Yes, if we just increase the hardness, our texture will get darker, mixing with the base layer. Now we use blur on top of that. Now let's reduce the hardness a little. It is to just increase the depth which is being done. So just created one pore. It has a different color, this one has a different color. The best way to use it, use multiply, so it automatically blend with the base color. Okay, we got the skin. Now we need more work in it. We are working with the heights. Let's take another fill, and in this fill just add noise. Again we're going to be using negative height. Turn off everything, height and roughness. Let's use later. Negative height, let's use a black mask, add fill and some noise, moisture noise. Let's try this. Let's go to the mask. I would say not this noise. We need more like a constant noise. This is also kind of a skin. There was dirt 3. This kind of noise. So you can see the base is circle. You asked us question earlier, some kind of circle dots and height related stuff. So using this noise can keep a variation of height and its circle. First I need to be very small, and the balance if I increase, I'll keep it low. Now I'll go to material. This is what I get. A totally destroyed skin. This is not the height we need. We just need to break the surface. The surface can't be perfect flat. Let's go with 0.01. Now this will do the job. Next is roughness. So we had the roughness around 4-5, and these roughness going to go like 5, and for this layer the roughness is going to be like 6 or something. So now we got a little, the color is not pretty good. I'll just reduce it a little. We need ambient occlusion for this and this kind of area. Ambient occlusion must have also helped here. Well, maybe with updated driver and all we can fix it. So we got the basics right now. Anybody anything so far right now? Okay, we also needed to paint this area white. We'll be doing more variations, or maybe just wrap it with. Okay, so let's look around more of the textures and pattern. There is some color patterns here. We can just add it and leave it. This is height layer. Let's save the file. It's a very simple pattern. All we need a triangle brush and stamp it. I'll leave this. We also need to work on creating the texture variation, color variation, which is pretty flat right now. I'll call it a day for now. I'll jump into the next session where we'll try more texture variation, some color variation, like this might of this kind of a skin. We can try different skin at the different parts. This kind of a skin, maybe this needs to be painted manually. Not sure if it is achievable, but you can get the color variations, some really nice color variation going on. You can also see some spots which can be added within the skin, and these kind of textures, this needs to be manually painted. So there will be a like tons of manual painting to reach this kind of skin. This is really nice. If you see, there is a circle all over the skin, but there are smaller circles which is creating this certain kind of pattern. Achieving this is also a task. I don't think manually it's possible. Maybe in the Substance Designer it's possible, but trying something might give us a little idea. But I don't think it's even easier to try this in Photoshop actually, because where you can paint one pattern and you can repeat the pattern again and customize a little bit, but this is where everything works procedural, so things changes. So far we got this a basic. We'll have one more session. I might try tomorrow and get something. Anything, guys? There was a group. We have some UV stretch. Okay guys, we'll see you again later. Now we need to finish what we have started. Randomly 3 different projects. We need to wrap them one by one. Okay guys, thanks for connecting. We'll connect again. Where should I